Tryban Trees and Landscaping is a family-run business based in Michigan, now in its third generation, who actually operates a retail Christmas tree lot at Orchard Lake Schools, located on the corner of Orchard Lake Road and Commerce in Keego Harbor, Michigan. So with us right here live on The Splash to tell us a little bit more about this, we have owner of Tryban Trees, Mr. Dan Tryban. Thank you for being here, Dan.
It's a pleasure, Kevin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine, sir. So
Good,
from
good.
my research, I'm seeing that you all are based in Sheboygan, Michigan, but you set up a Christmas tree lot in Keego Harbor. Why is it important to set up shop in our local community of Keego Harbor?
Well, we've sold trees. We had 38 years we served in the Farmington Hills location, and it's a kind of funny story. They were going to develop our lot at that location, and the school actually approached me in my last year and asked if I would like to come up and serve the community here with Christmas trees, and I'm more than happy to. So everything worked out for a reason, and this will be our 5th season here at this location.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and bringing that holiday cheer to our community and area. It's just, like I said, you know it's officially the holiday season when you see the lights, but also when you drive past the tree farm. So I want to talk to you about this process. Can you just describe the process of harvesting and transporting these Christmas trees from your farm all the way to our retail lot in Keego Harbor?
Well, the process starts early summer with trimming the trees, and then late summer we tag the trees. Then there's some trees that require some artificial paint, color decorant, because they will turn yellow if you don't do that, just because of the fall harvest time. The trees lose their summer luster, so you have to spray the trees. Not all trees, all the fir trees are all natural. But then it's a matter of cutting the trees, budding the trees, dragging the trees, baling the trees, hauling the trees, loading the trees, and then loading them again onto a semi. Once they're loaded on the semi, they come down to the location here. We offload and set them up for display for other local people to purchase.
Love that. I didn't know, so I would imagine there's a long time for these trees to go through that process. I would think it would go even earlier than the summer, but starting from the summer, like you said, identifying them, tagging them, treating them, and doing things like that to make sure that they're properly prepared for this upcoming holiday season. I love to see that and to hear that also. Yes, I love that. So there's obviously different types of trees also. Can we get into that also? How do you decide the different types of trees that you want to not only choose to harvest, but also bring to your tree farm?
Well, it's all about climate. That's going to determine what variety of trees that I can plant on the farm. We can plant several different types of fir trees, Fraser fir, balsam fir, Douglas fir. Unfortunately, there's a few of the hybrid ones are like the concolor fir, and that we just can't grow up there because what happens is the trees bud out really early in the season, and being in northern Michigan, we always get a late frost, and that kills all the new growth that had sprouted, and you just get a 6-foot tree with about a 12-inch stump by the time it's ready to harvest. So it's just not practical. Yeah, so we grow Scotch pine, white pine, Fraser fir, balsam fir, balsam fir, Canaan, and Fraser. So we have a nice selection of trees that we can grow in our neck of the woods.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like that. I want to break that down a little bit more with you real quick since we have you on here. But with us right here, live on The Splash, owner of Tryban Trees, Mr. Dan Tryban, talking about holiday season and as they are preparing to open up shop right here in Keego Harbor at Orchard Lake Schools on Orchard Lake Road and Commerce. So I want to ask you, from any recommendations or anything common in regards to people requesting trees, can you just break down the types of trees and what's best for different homes or occasions or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, there's certain varieties, and we always educate our customers when they come in to look at trees. If they're going to be putting a tree up early and they want it for the Thanksgiving holiday, we recommend a Fraser fir or balsam fir, a white pine. Their needle retention will last up until the new year. As long as you keep it watered, and that's another thing we educate on. You need to water the tree morning and night. You need to check it twice a day, especially when you first introduce that tree into the home. It's really going to take up the moisture right away. And also, it depends on when the trees are harvested, too, and how fresh they are. And these trees are going to be about as fresh as we've had in a long time, because we just finished the harvesting 2 days before we came down. So we're getting a nice fresh tree. And that fresh cut on the bottom of the tree, which is what we provide here. If customers going to be putting the tree up right away in the home, you need to get the tree up within the first couple hours after giving it a fresh cut. and that opens up the pores in the tree, so the tree can hydrate itself. If not, the sap in the bottom of the tree will seal off, and it will not take up the water. So that's very important. A brush cut, and that's the service we provide here to all our customers before they leave the lot.
I'm going to be honest with you, Dan. You really dropped some knowledge. I'm thinking just grab the tree, put it in there. It's already cut. It doesn't need water. But, yes, you still have to water your tree, like you said, at least twice a day and night, those type of things for the longevity of it. Hey, Dan, I appreciate your time. Don't want to hold you up. I do have at least one more question for you. This is just coming from me. What happens to the trees after the holiday season? If you do have any excess trees, what happens to those trees?
Well, a lot of the local of your city services, they'll send them to a compost and they'll grind them up into mulch, and they'll provide another service to the world as a mulch.
Okay.
I don't offer that service personally because
Right.
I'm not here at that time. I'm back north, but a lot of times that's what you're going to do with them. So that's my recommendation, anyways.
Right.
Turn them into a recycling center.
Right. And by the way, in our ear, real quick, our producer says you kind of resemble Dan Campbell. Do you ever get that, especially during the Lions season, Dan Campbell?
No, I don't.
They got the graphic ready. Okay. Hey, well, either way it go, we appreciate you. Yes, go Lions. And thank you for bringing that holiday cheer to our Greater West Bloomfield community. Once again, owner of Tryban Trees, Dan Tryban, we appreciate you for your time.
Thank you, Kevin.